Hey, Clint here, Crimson Landscape, here to talk about your outdoor living design. All right, so this design I came up with is a fairly popular design. I'm going to talk about the different spaces and the concrete itself and why this is a popular design. All right, so as mentioned when I was on site, we generally try to hit the three key spaces, which is a living space, a dining space, and a lounge space. This particular lounge space I added was a fire pit. I also added a grill space. The software doesn't have a really cool green egg to put in here, so I just put a regular gas grill just as a placeholder. Obviously, the furniture is just placeholders. You can, lay it out, the furniture, however you see fit, of course. All right, so again, you have your key spaces. Let me go to the fire pit space. So I cut a hole in the concrete for a wood burning fire pit. If you don't want wood burning fire pit or like a solo stove, you want gas burning, then depending on the fire pit itself, sometimes we leave the hole in the concrete, add gravel, sometimes we don't. It just depends on what type of grill. You can leave it solid and not do any grill, just be a sitting space. At a lot of clients' houses, specifically my house, the areas that are used, the fire pit area is used the most. When people come over, people sit here. Then the dining room table is used the next, most common when we entertain. The living space is really for my wife and I, is where we spend most of our time when we're outdoors, hanging out in the morning. All right, so if you see these gaps in the concrete, these are called leave-outs, and leave-outs are just a 6-inch or 7-inch gap depending on the material we use. We could add turf in the gaps. This is where we put our drainage in. We have the drainage in here. Any conduit or electrical that may, like low voltage lighting or anything, would hide in here. If we did turf, we certainly could do turf in there as well. The big advantage to the leave-outs is, as you know, the soil in our area is absolutely terrible. It moves quite a bit. So if you think about the individual concrete pads, as they move up and down and expand and contract just slightly, the beautiful thing of this little pad is it moves independently of this pad, so you just don't have that short-term cracking that's possible. All concrete eventually cracks at some point in its lifespan, but what this does is you have a bunch of individual little bitty pads that are going to move up and down just slightly as the ground shifts just slightly, and you just don't get that cracking. This particular one is backfilled with gravel. It can be brown gravel, gray gravel. We've got lots of options. Then, of course, I added turf over here. We could do turf in the gaps as well. Also embedded lights in there, as you can see. The space near the door, I'd usually do it wall to wall just because you have three doors connect to it. And I put 2 chairs on that space just because, so these chairs are under the shade the whole time. All right, what else? From a plant perspective, I just drop in some simple pink mollies, some salvias, and some variegated liripe just for color texture. We can look at some trees, etc. It just depends on how you want to use it. The fire pit, or correction, the turf. Artificial turf. This is pet-friendly artificial turf. Easy to maintain. All you have to do is pick up the feces, then once in a blue moon blow off the any debris that lands on it. Putting green. Typically, putting green for this size would be a 3-hole putting green. With the putting green, the maximum width of the putting green we go is about 15 feet. It's a maximum because that's the length, or the width of a putting green roll. But if you want to make it longer, I can make it significantly longer if you want long putts. If you want to have some undulation in it where it's up and down, where like my particular putting green, that one corner is higher, one corner is lower. So from here, this is grade level. I putt uphill, then I putt down low hill, then I putt in a longer uphill putt this way. So I have similar setup to how I would do it. Then if you want to get really cool, I can put a white turf back here as a really cool looking sand trap. From a pet urine perspective, we put the deodorizer in the turf, so really no drama with the urine. I would just turn the sprinkler on once a week, and really you're good to go. You really don't have to run the sprinkler system, but we still recommend it once a week. And because we're going to use a pet-friendly turf, no matter where the dog does its urine, it's going to basically push through the base material. All the water does when you water it is just help it go down in the turf. Really the only drawback to turf is you still have to blow it. You still have to pick up the feces. And in the heat of summer, it will get a little warm, but nothing really terrible. Last bit of it on the turf is if a window reflects just right, and you have a real hot spot from a window, it could slightly burn the turf. But that's just something we need to determine early on, as if we do go with the turf. But that's it. I love my turf. Wouldn't change it for the world. Never have to mow my backyard. I would almost call it priceless. I don't have to mow my big backyard anymore. All right. Last bit of it I'm going to show you is lights. Okay, so you got a couple lights here, as you can see. I can add as many lights as you want. A couple lights over here, a light in the gap. The lights we use are RGBW color changing light. So you get a little remote control. You walk up to the light, you hit a button, it changes color. It's going to be a softer color light. It'll put out about 650 lumens. You remember the old school light bulbs we grew up with, the 60 watt light bulbs. Those are going to be 800 lumen. So this is just about 150 lumen less than a old school 60 watt light bulb. But again, it's color changing. So if you want it to be red, blue, white, you want mood lighting, you want to dim it, you certainly can. You want to flash it, you want to strobe it. It's kind of cool. So for my backyard, like mine is, like I have key trees in my backyard that I have red and white. I'm sorry, red and blue for 4th of July. I'll do a red, white, and blue. In front of my house, I'll do red, white, and blue, etc. Okay, let me pause there. Again, this is a concept for you to look at. Let me send it over to you and let you discuss it and see what you like and you don't like and however you want to change it. Lots of options for the, like we can change this to a pattern concrete. We can change it to a rock salt finish. I'm sorry, a paver. There's just lots of options. Again, let me stop there and let you discuss it. If you're a first-time guest checking out one of our videos and you want more information, you can reach out to us at crimsonlandscape.com.